Nothing without my mullet.
Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. This week I asked some friends of mine what type of videos they would like to see on this channel, and a lot of them said that they wanted to see some tips for beginners. I told them, don't worry, I got you. I can come up with a list of tips for you guys, because I've noticed that a lot of people are getting into skateboarding and a lot of people are coming back from a long hiatus, which is great. I had to go through it when I quit for a few years, so some of those things that I did to get me back in shape, I included in this list. So let's get started. The very first tip I'm gonna give you as a beginner or as a person who's getting back into skateboarding is to cruise around. In my opinion, one of the most important things you can do to improve your skateboarding. It's gonna help you train your muscles, and it's gonna help you develop a balance point. It's gonna teach you how to distribute your weight on the board. And most importantly, well, maybe not most importantly, but it will help you develop a style. There's a lot of people that I've noticed, and this is not knocking on anybody, people that since they started, they have been in a skate park environment. They don't seem to have that experience that you would get from pushing long distances, like a person who only skates streets or a person that commutes on a skateboard. That's something that can be easily fixed, and like I just said, is a great way to train your muscles. Like, I've been skating since I was 11 years old, and even up to this day, I still like to go around and cruise around my neighborhood just because it just relaxes me and it keeps me in shape. And at the end of the run, I get to bomb this little hill in my neighborhood, so that's like a little treat. It's something I like to do, and it's something that you should be doing as well. Tip number 2, try to learn your tricks while you're moving. I know there's a sense of safety, and it might even seem easier to learn your tricks while you're stationary, but trust me, it gets a lot easier while you're moving. And I'm not talking about ollies. Ollies normally would be kind of like the first trick you learn, and that is completely okay if you feel more comfortable trying it stationary. Some people try it in grass, some people try it on a carpet. That is a completely fine with me trick that you can learn while stationary. But then I'm talking about once you start getting into other tricks like shove-its, like kick flips, things like that, it is a lot easier to land those tricks while you're moving. Imagine yourself on top of a mountain with 2 hills on the side, and you're trying to trick and you don't know exactly which way down the mountain you're gonna go. That's how I feel about trying tricks stationary, because you have this like fake inertia in your mind because you know which way you should be going. But when you're trying your trick, the board might decide to go the complete other way, and you might end up getting hurt really badly. And that's something you don't want when you're trying to learn how to skate. I actually just did an experiment. I did 4 or 5 tricks stationary, and then I tried the same tricks while I was moving. And even though these are tricks that I can already do, it was a lot easier when I was rolling. So you can see for yourself. I'm gonna learn how to pop shove it. Tip number 3, don't let fear take over. You gotta understand that if you're riding a skateboard, you are gonna fall. You might be a 1 week beginner, or you might be a session pro. You are going to fall, and that's just part of it. I've said it in my videos before, falling is like 90% of skateboarding. We are masters at falling. But once you fall, what you don't have to do is let fear take over. If you fall, as long as you're not hurt really badly, you should be able to get up and keep trying the trick. You don't want to leave that trick on a bad note, because what you're doing there is that you're training your brain to be afraid of trying that trick, and that will just get in the way of progress. So what you should do once you fall, as long as you're not badly hurt and you can continue to skate, is that you should keep trying the trick until you land it. You should get over that fear. You should look back and see where you made a mistake and then conquer it. Tip number 4, adjust your trucks. Initially, you might over-time your trucks because it may seem like it's easier to ride. And I feel like that has some disadvantages. Don't get me wrong, back in the 90s, I was one of those guys who had super tight trucks, and that was just the way I skated. But it wasn't until later when I figured out that having a little bit looser trucks was just better for me. And the key word when adjusting your trucks is control. You want to have as much control as possible. If your trucks are too tight, is basically like if a car didn't have power steering. That's basically what it would be like. Your board is gonna go where your board is gonna go. If you land a trick to the side, it's gonna be really, really hard for you to correct that, because the trucks are being so tight that the board's just gonna go in that direction. So I feel like having a little bit looser trucks might be a better deal for you. Mine are not crazy loose, but they're definitely not tight. And also another thing I was thinking about today when I was thinking about making this video, and I was talking to my neighbor who actually rides very tight trucks, and he's been having issues with crooked grinds lately, to the point where he actually hurt his wrist really badly. Is that every time he locks in, when he's trying to get out of it, the board would flip. So it makes a lot of sense to me that if you're locking into, say, a crooked grind and you get into the pinch, if your trucks are too tight, there's gonna be more resistance causing it to flip as soon as you let go. So maybe that's what's happening to him. I thought about it today, and it made sense to me. So there's another reason why you should loosen up your trucks a little bit. Tip number 5, try to skate with other people. You might have heard this before, but skateboarding is more fun when you skate with your homies. And it is completely true. I always enjoy myself better when I'm with somebody else, or whether it's one person or 10 people, and you're all there supporting each other, cheering for each other, as cheesy as that might sound. But it's always a good feeling to have that kind of community sense there happening at the spot. If you're skating with somebody who's a beginner, that's awesome because you can push each other. But if you're skating with somebody who's better than you, that's even better because you'll get that motivation. You'll be able to commit more, and you will get better quicker. Another reason why I like skating with people, I've said it many times, I always get nervous when I'm by myself. What would happen if I actually fall and get hurt? I don't want to be laying there by myself. I need somebody to scoop me up. So it's always a good idea to try and skate with somebody. Tip number 6, roll your socks. This is something I've been doing for years, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. When I wear pants, I like to put on long socks and I roll them down maybe once or twice, and that will give me that little bit of extra protection on my shins, because if you haven't experienced a board hitting you in the shins, well, get ready, because it's not pretty. So just having that little peace of mind, knowing that my shins are just a little bit extra protected, it's something I do every single time, and I think you should try it as well. We'll just take that as a bonus tip. It's just a little silly thing I do. Tip number 7, use the right shoe. I know that we all have sneakers, and technically you could use just about any shoe, but skate shoes are designed specifically to last longer and to give you a better board feel. So I feel like if you went as far as to purchasing a skateboard, you should take that extra step and get the correct pair of shoes. I mean, they're designed to be skated. And you're not gonna see a soccer player playing in soccer in sandals. Well, maybe where I'm from, you might see that, but you're not gonna just, you know what I'm saying. Guys, and there's a bunch of different companies out there. It's not just Vans. I feel like a lot of the people that are trying to get into skating, they think that it's Vans and Tony Hawk. So, so do yourself a favor and discover this new world of brands of shoes and boards and all this other stuff, which takes me to my last tip. And I just spit. Go to your local skate shop. Yes, you can buy stuff online, right? It's so easy. You can just sit on your computer and type skateboard and just buy, right? Wouldn't you rather go somewhere where you could see things, feel things, try things on, talk to people that are very knowledgeable, get to meet people, make connections, just be surrounded by this thing, by this new passion of yours. And the best part is you're helping a local business, because usually skate shops are small businesses. So the fact that you're doing that, the fact that you're stepping into a skate shop and helping a small business, it's amazing. Probably one of the best steps you can take, one of the best tips I can give you. I've made so many friendships from just going to my local skate shop. It's insane. Like, people I can just call and go to skate with. The skate shop itself being so supportive of what I do, and for that I will support them forever. And I would love for you to support your local skate shop as well. Trust me, it's the best thing you can do for yourself and for your community and for a small business. So that's all I got for you. I hope that these tips are helpful in some way. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me comments. I love reading the comments. Tell me whatever. What do you think about these videos? What other videos I should be making? What do you want to see? Remember to have fun. Remember to be fierce. But most importantly, remember to stay young. Peace. I'll see you next week.